Um,
Just yeah, hi Shekhar.
Hi,
Yeah,
good morning, everyone.
yeah. Good morning, Shekhar. Good morning.
I hope you can see my screen now, right?
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, thank you for confirmation. Yeah, see, in last session, just we had discussed about what overview of Microsoft Azure, right? Now, you people tell me what is the Microsoft Azure? Azure is a comprehensive set of cloud services where we can build, deploy, manage, and access the applications through global network data centers. Is called Microsoft Azure. So this is the Microsoft definition and Microsoft interview question as well. Okay. Yeah. Simply we can say what is the Azure? Azure is a comprehensive set of cloud services where we can build, deploy, manage, and access the applications through global network data centers. Is called Microsoft Azure. Okay. So as I said, a Microsoft Azure came to the picture in the year of 2010, we will call it as Windows Azure. Later, in the year of 2014, they introduced new deployment model called ARM. So they renamed it Windows Azure as a Microsoft Azure. Now, Microsoft Azure, actually we are calling it as Microsoft Azure in the market. Okay. Yeah. Next, as you said, from Azure end, we have 30 plus certification papers. Okay. So what are the 30 plus certification papers are administrator, developers, okay, architect, Azure DevOps, security, artificial intelligence, machine learning, okay, IoT, data science, like we have n number of certification papers. Okay, to know all these certification papers information, as I said, just go to microsoft.azure.com. Sorry, microsoft.com official site. Okay, at end of the URL, just type learning. Okay, yeah, go to certification information. Okay, these are the different types of certifications, guys. Okay, actually, which one would you like to go for? You can verify it here. Example, I'm looking for Azure Administrator or Artificial Intelligence. So my voice is clear, right? First of all,
Yeah,
guys,
yeah.
Yeah.
very clear, right? No breaking in between.
Some breaking is coming.
Oh, okay, 1 second, I will rejoin.
This may be a speaker problem.
Okay, join it again.
Sir, font
Yeah,
size
for
is
me also.
too small. Sir, your font size is also too small, sir.
Yeah. How is it my voice now?
Yeah, clear.
Yeah, it's clear, right?
Yeah, now it is better.
It's clear now.
Okay. Just I'm not able to share my screen. Just give me a minute. I'm checking. Sarah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Now I think you can see my screen, right, guys? Yeah. Again, I'm asking. My voice is clear, right? Everyone.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So as I said, we can go for Microsoft official site, Microsoft.com. Okay, learning. So to know anything about certification of Microsoft Azure, you need not check with any members in the world. Happily, you can go for Azure Microsoft.com. Here we have n number of certifications. So, but very popular certifications from Microsoft Azure is one is administrator. Okay, other one is DevOps engineer. This combination has lot of demand in the market. So if you have prior experience on development, maybe .NET, Java, PHP, whatever it is, then you people can go for developer certifications. So if you know these two, then you can go for solution architect. I mean Azure architect. Okay, so this is about basic fund of Microsoft Azure. Okay, apart from that, data engineer. So when you go for data engineer, you should know prior experience on reporting tools. You know, right? Data stage, Cognos. Okay, if you know that UTL tools and all, you people can go for data engineer. So data scientist and all, you know, right? Data engineer, that all we will go for data scientist. This is artificial intelligence, function consultant, security. So this is cyber security, Microsoft Azure cyber security. So depends on your requirement, you can go and file the certification paper and you can write the exam. Okay, yeah. Next, other thing is I am going to cover 104 with AZ400. Okay, so Azure Administration. Azure Administration certification paper is AZ104 latest. This is what Azure Administration. Okay, next AZ400. This is what Azure DevOps. My words are very clear. Azure DevOps. So Azure DevOps comes under SaaS, software as a services. So why? Because Microsoft, they have implemented built-in tools. I mean CI/CD configurations. Using that, we can process entire automation for application deployment. Okay, yeah. So these are the modules which I am going to cover for AZ104. So I am opening the syllabus. I will share with you as well. Not this one. Yes. Okay, yeah, this is the Microsoft Azure total certification paper syllabus. So I have developed based on certification paper itself. So even real-time work, okay, they won't go beyond this syllabus 100%. Okay, yeah, next. So this is the 104 administration. First module is introduction about cloud computing. Yesterday I took this session like what is the AS, what is the PaaS, what is the SaaS. So this model quite common for all cloud computing technologies. So tomorrow, if you would like to learn AWS, Google, or some other things, these are quite common. Next, other model is Microsoft Azure platform. So what is the Microsoft Azure? How they have designed the global networking? What is the data center? Okay, what are the features provided by Microsoft? That we will decide it in module 2. Okay, module 3 about subscriptions. So there are n number of subscriptions. Okay, so based on our business requirement, business model, we can purchase the subscription. At present, we are going to work on free trial. So later you can go for pay as you go model. Pay as you go model. Next, apart from that, we can go for enterprise edition. What is that? Enterprise edition. Same way we have Visual Studio Enterprise, Visual Studio Developer, Visual Studio Premium. Okay, like that we have n number of subscriptions. So it depends on project requirement, we will go and purchase the subscription. Okay, so that information we will discuss it in module 3. Okay, module 4, storage account. Storage account is one pillar of Microsoft Azure. So now you people are watching serials, movies, news, entertainment, cricket, etc., in Netflix, right? So Netflix people, they are storing all these videos and all storage account itself. You know, Reliance Geo, movies, cinema, entertainment, news, okay, etc., OTT platform, they are storing in all these videos in storage account itself. So Reliance is the big customer in India for Microsoft Azure. Why? Because all Reliance data they have migrated into Azure itself. Okay, yeah, next, module 5, implementing and managing Azure networking. You know, right? So Azure networking means that is the global network. Assume that this is the global network. You are working in TCS. Okay, so here we can design our own network. So within the network, you people can deploy all these services and they can communicate each other with high secure. Okay, your private network means like your house in the world. Okay, your house is private. Other people cannot enter into your house until unless you have provided the approval. Same way, this is what our own corporate network. Within the network, we can host our services. That is about what? How to implement Azure networking in global networking of Azure data centers. Okay, next, module 6, implementing virtual machines. See, this is the compute session. This is another pillar of Microsoft Azure. So you know, right, we can create the virtual machine with Windows machine. See, for example, this is the virtual machine. We can host it with Windows operating system. So same way, this is the another virtual machine. I will host it with Linux machine. On Windows machine, I can host ASP.NET application or some other applications. If it is Linux, I can go and deploy Java application. So how to create Linux machine and how to deploy IaaS application, that we will see module 7. Okay, in module 8, there are multiple operations for operating systems, right? Like monitoring, deployment, open the firewalls. Okay, next, deny the firewalls. Okay, that all we will see in module 8. Okay, so here see, creating a virtual machine with Windows operating system, how to deploy .NET applications. Okay, that we will see module 8. And next, create one virtual machine with Linux. On top of it, how to deploy one Apache Tomcat server. Then how can you host one Java application? That we will see module 8. So far, whatever I have covered, that is infrastructure as a services. What is that? IS. What is that? Infrastructure as a service. Okay, storage, database, networking, these all comes under infrastructure as a services. Next, implementing app services. So from here, it comes under PaaS, platform as a services. What is the app services and how to host one app service application? So on top of it, how to host .NET, Java, PHP web applications. That all we will see in module 8. Okay, yeah, next. Module 10, implementing planning, storage, recovery services. I said, right, for example, there is a one Windows machine. Okay, all of a sudden someone deleted this VM or your virtual machine got corrupted. So if your virtual machine got corrupted or someone accidentally, if they have deleted, how can you restore it? If you have the backup, we will able to restore it, or else no. So how to maintain this backup activity, that we will call it as disaster recovery. So here we are discussing about what? How to implement planning, storage, backup and recovery services. So I am telling about only virtual machine. Tomorrow maybe your application for app services. Okay, next databases. Anything can happen, all these three services, right? So if something happened, how we will able to restore the virtual machine, application or databases. That all we will see in module 10. Okay, module 11, this is SQL Server. Okay, so far you might have seen about Microsoft SQL Server. So I can say, what is that? Microsoft SQL Server. So Microsoft SQL Server is on premises. Okay, what we have to do? We have to create one virtual machine and purchase the license of SQL Server, download that software, install and configure. That all activity we have to perform. Okay, Microsoft also introduced Azure SQL Server. Azure SQL Server, it is cloud and we can call it as PaaS services, platform as a services. So here you need not worry about installation and configuration, license, okay, and management, backup and restore operations. Everything would be taken care by Microsoft itself. Just deploy your data and make sure that publish that into outside of the world. I mean application. Okay, yeah, that we will see module 11. Module 12, implementing PaaS cloud services. Okay, we have other services as well, like function app, logic app. How we can host those kind of services, we will see in module 12. Okay, module 13, configuring alerts, metrics for virtual machines and app services. So this is another important module. I can say, for example, there is a one VM. Okay, all of a sudden your virtual machine CPU utilization is crossed to 80%. If CPU utilization is crossed more than 80%, your server will go for hung state. What is that? Your server will go for hung state. If server will goes for hung state, you will not able to access anything. You will not able to access anything. In that case, how we can troubleshoot that issues? Okay, if CPU utilization is crossing more than 80%, then how can it trigger the alert? Okay, so here I will show you how to configure the alerts and metrics for your virtual machine and app services. If something happen, immediately it will trigger an email for all your team members. Okay, so that immediately we can alert and troubleshoot that issue. Next, module 14, Active Directory. Azure Active Directory, I can say heart of the Microsoft product. What is that? In short form, we will call it as AAD, guys. AAD in the sense, please remember Azure Active Directory.
Shekhar, like sorry to interrupt, Shekhar.
Okay.
Yeah, if you don't mind, like, what's the difference between like VM and app services? Like, app services is a kind of SaaS.
App services means PaaS, I said.
SaaS, okay.
PaaS in the sense, best example, what I can say, you have the car, right? Gear car is there. Every time you have to change the car. Am I right? Gear.
Yes.
Depends on speed. If it is automation, just accelerator తొక్కడమే అంతే కదా.
Yes, yes, exactly.
లోపల ఏం జరుగుతుందో నీకు తెలియదు అంతే కదా. అది ఫస్ట్ గేర్ లో పోతుందా, సెకండ్ గేర్ లో పోతుందా, you least bother about it, but you are reaching to your destination. Am I right? Same way, as service in the sense, entire environment they have provided, just what you have to do, deploy your application. What type of application depends on your business requirement. Maybe your requirement would be deploy the application related to Java. My requirement is .NET. Some other requirement would be PHP. So there is a ready-made environment. Just host it your application. That is PaaS.
Got it. Okay.
Okay.
Thank
Yeah. Next, this is AAD. Azure Active Directory is a heart of the Microsoft, guys. I am not telling about product. Azure Active Directory is a heart of the Microsoft product. So tomorrow, if you go for AWS or Google, they also has to use Azure Active Directory only. There is no other directory to beat Azure Active Directory in the market.
Hello, Sekhar. Sorry to interrupt. I have one question here.
What I will do now, I will complete it. I will give you 15 to 30 minutes in last. You people can ask any questions. Is it fine?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for understanding. Yeah. Now, this is Azure Active Directory. So what is the Azure Active Directory? It is a cloud-based enterprise identity where we can maintain the users' information. You know, right? Actually, we have like thousands and lakhs of users in the market. So how we can manage it? So that all we will use Azure Active Directory itself. Next, other thing is managing Active Directory in cloud environment. Okay, so managing the permission in the sense, you are the database administrator. I am the VM administrator. Someone is what? Hyper-V administrators. Now I am application administrators. So depends on our roles and responsibilities, how we can manage the permissions. That all we will see in module 15. Okay, module 16 is the resource group. What is the resource group in the sense? Bring all your services into one umbrella. Okay, if you bring all your services into one umbrella, the management is easy. For example, you have 6 so if you bring all services into one umbrella, then management is easy. Why I'm saying management is easy? In the sense, we can control the cost of the project. Next, if any services are not using since long time, immediately we can terminate them, so we can save the cost for our project. That all can be performed easily when you manage the resource group. Okay, this is the mandatory. Before deploying any service in Azure, first step, create the resource group itself. Next, traffic manager. What is the traffic manager, guys? Load balancer. Assume that I have 2 virtual machines. Okay, these are the 2 virtual machines. So this is the load balancer, traffic manager. If any user hit my application, my request will go to load balancer. From there, it would be routed to either server 1 or server 2. If the server handling 100 requests and the second server handling 99 requests, if another request came into load balancer, that will be routed to second server, the one which is handling less request. Okay, so what is the load balancer? How to configure the load balancer? How to manage incoming traffic? That all we will see in module 18. Okay, next, module 19, backup and restore operations. Okay, we have application backup, database backup, how to perform file share backup. That all we will see in module 19. Okay, so far whatever we discussed, that is infrastructure as a service and platform as a services. So from here, from module 20, Okay, from module 20, we will call it as IaaC. What is that? IaaC. IaaC in the sense infrastructure as a code. Okay, wherever you go, if you remember, if you hear this term, infrastructure as a code in the sense automation, guys. Okay, what you are automation? Infrastructure. What infrastructure? Maybe server, storage, network, database, everything is infrastructure. So instead of using GUI, we can automate it using different languages. So one thing is PowerShell. Okay, if you develop any script using PowerShell, when you execute it PowerShell script, automatically background infrastructure would be created. Maybe virtual machine will be created, or app services would be created, or database would be created. That all depends on our project requirement. So other thing is Terraform. You know, right? Terraform very popular in the market. Next, shell scripting. Second word I can say, shell scripting. So PowerShell, it is Windows, Microsoft product. Okay. Shell scripting is Linux. What is that? Linux. Terraform, that is the templates. Next, Python. Python also, you can develop the script using Python, then you can execute it here. So these all things comes under infrastructure as a code. Okay, see, ARM, this is Microsoft product, Azure Resource Manager, PowerShell, and Terraform. These three are comes under infrastructure as a code. So manually here I am deploying by writing the code. Same thing I will repeat it in how to do that using Azure DevOps. Okay, so what is the PowerShell and advantage of the PowerShell? What is the Azure CLI? How to automate activities using Azure CLI? That we will see in module 20. Next, ARM. ARM in the sense Azure Resource Manager templates. They have developed using JSON script. Okay, Microsoft provided these ARM templates for what? JSON. Next, Terraform. Terraform, it supports cross-platform. Cross-platform in the sense, for example, you have developed one template. So if you type Azure, it is compatible with Azure. If you type AWS, the same template you can host it in AWS. If you type Google, same template you can deploy it in Google Cloud. So that's why Terraform is popular in the market. So Terraform, it supports cross cloud platform. Okay, so if you learn Terraform, same thing you can use it for Azure, AWS, and Google. Okay, yeah. Next, GitHub. What is the GitHub? You people are using many areas, right? So GitHub is repository. Okay, so I am the .NET developer. After developing the code, where should I store it? Will it store in my desktop? No, right? So somewhere in centralized location. So that centralized location is called GitHub, we can say. Within the GitHub, we can create repository where we can maintain our project source code. Okay, that is what GitHub. Now GitHub is Microsoft product. Okay, in the year of 2021, Microsoft has purchased this GitHub product. Okay, that's why if I access the Azure portal, I am going for portal.azure.com. Here it is showing what? Signing with GitHub credentials. Okay, clear. So why? Because GitHub is very popular in the market to maintain our source code. Okay, this is about what? AZ104 certification paper syllabus. So if you have the doubt, okay, happily you can go to azure.microsoft.com official site, learning. I am pinging this URL. If you have any information required for certification, you can go ahead and verify it. Now this is the administrator. Okay, so in administrator, I am going for what? Azure administrator. Is that yeah, this is the 104. Okay, click on it. See here they have mentioned this skills measure. What they have measured, this was updated on 27th. Okay, Microsoft they are keep updating the syllabus, okay, every year. So this was updated October 27th, 2022. Okay, so managing identities, this is the Active Directory 20%, storage 20%, deploying and manage the compute resources. I said VM and all, right? That is 25%. Configuring the virtual network 25%. Monitoring the resources 15%. So your certificate questions, you may get it from only these topics. Okay, so this is about what Microsoft Azure AZ104 syllabus. You may have queried that what is the cost of this certification. Okay, here directly they have provided. Okay, Indian cost is 6,000, guys. Okay, I'm not sure about other certification papers, especially Azure related certification papers cost is 6,000. Include, yeah, so 4,800 only, including GST, it will go for 6,000. Okay, where we can check the cost here. This is United States. United people, they have to purchase it for $165. If it is India, select it India. See 4,500. We have GST cost. Total, it will go 6,000. Anything, guys? Okay, yeah. This is about what AZ104. Next, next I am going to discuss about AZ400 Azure DevOps. Base of Azure DevOps is administrator only, guys. Okay, yeah. First, I'm going to open the syllabus for that. This is AZ400. Okay, I said right. Azure DevOps comes under SaaS, software as a services. Okay, there are two types of DevOps in the market. One is open source DevOps. When you go for AWS DevOps, people will say about Jenkins, Ansible, Chef, Puppet, etc., etc. Here, nothing is required. Everything it is built-in environment. Okay, just you would like to know how to configure, how to create, build and release pipelines. Okay, Microsoft has their own pipelines. Using them, we can easily configure, build and release pipelines. Okay, yeah, in Azure DevOps, we required app services. Okay, for example, there is an application, maybe whatever it is. So this application has to be deployed on top of VM or app services. Okay, app services, it is in cloud. I said PaaS. Okay, how to automate it? If your application has to be deployed in VM, then target is VM. If application has to be deployed in app services, then target is app services. In between, how to automate it, that we will call it as CI/CD pipeline. Continuous integration and continuous deployment. Okay, so in order to perform it, basic thing is you should know app services. That topic already I have mentioned in AZ104. Next, what is the DevOps? DevOps related, what are the components are there? That we will see module 2. Okay, module 3, we will discuss about again web apps. Okay, how to integrate web apps with the DevOps. Okay, that we will see in module 3. Okay, module 4, this is total components of DevOps. One is Azure boards, repos, pipeline, artifacts, and test plan. Okay, so we will discuss all these modules except our test plan under. Next, CI/CD pipeline. You know, right, how to automate it. Maybe your application belongs to .NET. Then .NET related, you have to create CI/CD pipelines. If your application belongs to Java, then Java related, you have to create CI/CD pipeline. If you are automating the infrastructure in Azure cloud, assume that that is Terraform. Then Terraform related CI/CD pipelines has to be configured. So depends on your application requirement, we have to configure what CI/CD pipelines. Okay, so languages will be changed. The process, the configuration would be same. Nothing will be changed. Okay, yeah. Next, this is the source control management repository, guys. I said right. Repos, Azure Repos. Azure Repos is Microsoft product. It was there since long time. GitHub, this is third-party tool now recently owned by Microsoft. Now it is Microsoft product. So here we have two options. Either your project code can be stored in AZURE repo. Other alternative is what? GitHub. Okay, I will show you both how to manage it. Before purchasing the GitHub, Microsoft putting concentration on AZ repos. After purchasing the GitHub, now they have started integrating everything with GitHub. Okay, yeah. Next, this is about what? CI integration. CI means continuous integration. Also, we will call it as build pipeline. UILD build pipeline. Right. Next, how to create build pipeline, that we will configure it in module 8. Module 9, continuous deployment. Continuous deployment also we will call it as release pipeline. What is that? Release pipeline. Okay, so how to do that? That we will see module 9. Okay, module 10, release management. You know, right? Wherever you go nowadays, people are telling about Agile model, Agile model, Agile model. Okay, what is the Agile model? Any idea? You know, right? While you are studying BTech or MCA, you might have heard about waterfall method. Am I right? Waterfall method. That is software development life cycle. Without that subject, there is no BTech, there is no MCA, guys. If you go for any university. Okay, that is what waterfall method. Now to overcome it, Agile model came into the picture. Agile model. Okay, Agile model first they implemented in automobile industry. Automobile industry in Germany. Okay, there it is succeeded. Then they introduced in IT industry as well. That's what now if you join in organization, you should provide justification what you did 8 hours, what you are going to do next 8 hours. That all you have to provide the clear information. Okay, Agile model in the sense each and everything can be tracked. Okay, so that's why now bench concept is gone from IT. So earlier, no, 5 years or 6 years back, you may be on bench like 3 years, sorry, even year also, year, 2 years, 3 years as well in bench, people are there. Now the bench concept is gone. So immediately they will allocate the project where you have to work on 8 hours per day. You cannot escape it. Everything can be tracked. Okay, so that is about what? Release management. That we can implement through Agile methodology. So what is the Agile? How to implement Agile model for our project? That we'll see module 11. Next, module 12 is Docker. Okay, Docker, what is the Docker? Why we have to use the Docker? What is the Docker container? What is the Docker images? That we will see module 12. Okay, next module 13, again powerful concept nowadays is AKS, Azure Kubernetes Services. What is the Azure Kubernetes Services? How to implement, how to deploy multiple applications on AKS, how to manage the clusters in AKS. That all we will see in module 13. So this is about what? AZ 1400 syllabus. Okay, this is the combination which I am going to explain for this entire course. Okay, now if we have any questions, you can ask me. I said, right, if you have any questions related to Azure certifications, go for Microsoft official site where we have entire information. Yeah.
Hello, sir. This is Shiva. Whatever you have displaying in the browser, the course category list, will you show all the in practical learn?
Everything would be practical, guys.
Because without practical, we have zero knowledge. Right?
Yeah, yeah. So I am not going to present PPTs and all. Everything would be practical.
Okay. Thank you. So kindly request, please cover all the category.
Yeah, you can have the syllabus with you. So you can tick mark like what are the content is covered.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Prasad Shekhar. Like, my question is like, what is the difference between LDAP and AZUREDD?
Yeah, good question. Azure AD only using LDAP, lightweight application protocol, right? Light Directory Application Protocol. The port number is 389. Inside of the Active Directory only we will use application lightweight Active Directory protocol.
Means behind AD, the same kind of configuration which has
Yes,
been
correct.
done by
Yeah.
LDAP. Okay.
Yes, for example, you are using Java application, right? So your customers are there in Azure Active Directory. Azure Active Directory should all people should synchronizing with your application. Am I right? So in that case, we will use the protocol called LDAP.
Okay. Okay. Got it. One more question, like in Azure Administrator certification, I could see beginner and advanced. So will that be everything is same in advanced also? Whatever the course
Advanced.
we are
Yeah,
covering?
actually, beginner is AZ 900 is the paper. This is we will call it as fundamentals. Sorry, I will write it. So what is that? AZ 900 is the paper. Okay. So advanced is AZ 104. So this syllabus already included over here. You need not worry.
Hi,
Okay,
Shekhar,
thank you.
Manish this side.
Yeah. Sorry.
Manish this side. I'm
Okay.
just asking, would you do you cover this VDI infrastructure syllabus also in this?
VDI
Azure
in the
VDI?
sense.
You know, virtual desktop infrastructure.
Yeah. Azure Virtual Desktop, right? AVD.
Yes, VDI.
Yeah, that is again a separate certification paper, guys.
Okay, so this will not
Yeah,
cover.
I am not going to cover AVD. That will take again 30 days course.
Okay.
I think nowhere, no one is there in the market to teach. That is the new and a lot of things are there.
Okay, that's why I'm asking, because multiple jobs are opening for the VDI, Azure VDI.
Yeah. So that won't support free trial, but I will give the basics.
Right. Thank you.
Hey, Shekhar, Prasanna here, Shekhar.
Okay.
Shekhar, like for Jenkins, right? Like we need knowledge of Groovy scripting. In the same way, like for Azure DevOps, like we need any scripting knowledge for that, Shekhar.
Yeah, YAML. Yeah, I said it. YAML and PowerShell script we will use it.
YAML and
PowerShell script.
PowerShell script. Okay. And like one request, like, is there any way, like Shekhar, like, can we add anyone migration, like how to migrate from?
I will show you application
Oh.
migration, database migration from on-premises to Azure. I will let you know. Yeah.
Thanks, Shekhar.
Hi, sir. Is there any programming language is included in this course?
No programming. Actually, this is not development, right? So how to write the PowerShell scripts and all I have included. So programming knowledge, and in the sense, again, it will go to developer certification paper project.
So coming to the Jenkins, so we're going to get trained on ML script, right?
Yeah, Jenkins is not required here. Why? Because why you are using Jenkins to configure the build and release pipelines. Am I right?
Yeah.
Here, Microsoft has itself their own pipelines, so you need not worry about Jenkins. For example, you are not satisfying with Microsoft provided CI/CD pipelines. Yes, you can integrate with Jenkins.
Yeah. So when it comes to automated, then the scripting is not required. But what if
Yeah.
we are interested to do?
Yeah, that's what I said, right? PowerShell scripting is required in Azure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how about bash script?
Yeah, Bastion, that is accessing the servers in the browser. That is called Bastion.
Okay.
You mean to say asking that one?
So am I going to get trained on it?
How to configure the Bastion, I will show you. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Here in this Docker part, so will it be like implementation of the Docker to the pipeline?
Yeah, implementation of the pipelines, correct.
Just one more thing, like there is some concept of key vault, and I had seen somewhere being utilized to the
Key vault service, it is small, guys. Actually, to store the keys, an important thing, we will use key vault services. So that will be covered in Azure DevOps itself.
It will be a part of the course.
Yeah, Azure DevOps, yes.
So what are the roles and responsibilities of like Azure developer and not developer, admin and DevOps?
Yeah. So administrator in the sense. Okay, administrator in the sense, main roles and responsibilities are deploying, management, permissions, monitoring, and troubleshooting, guys. Okay, deploy in the sense any application deployment, any virtual machine deployment, any services deployment in Azure. Okay, access means manage the permissions. Monitoring, if any users, any clients are getting any issues, who is the first point of contact? Administrators.
So Sekhar, can we get the syllabus that you showed us?
Yeah, so I will share with you. Yeah, sure.
Through email?
Yeah, I think I will share with the institute people. They will share with you by email, or else it would be there in the.
Yeah, I think it's already there because the mail which is shared by
DURGASOFT. Yes. You might have got it, right?
Yes, Sekhar, already we have.
Yeah, I saw it in content, but is it the same? Is it the same thing that you showed and even the present in content?
Same thing. Yes.
Hello, Sekhar.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sekhar.
What is the duration of the course?
2 months.
Okay. So will it be on entire 7 days or how?
Monday to Friday. Okay, if times permit, we will have the session on Saturday. Maximum 90% Saturday will be there, the session. So Monday to Saturday we can consider, guys.
Okay.
Same time.
6 days in a week. Yeah.
Timings?
Same timing, 7:30 to 8:30.
Like Sekhar, like AWS is going to provide 1 year free subscription, right? In the sense like we can use up to 1 year. Like what about for Azure?
Yeah, Azure is only 30 days, guys.
Okay.
In that case, if you want to practice beyond 30 days, how would that be possible?
Yeah, then we have to create another subscription, no alternative. Or else we have to purchase the subscription.
Does it cost
Even
much
like-
for any of the subscription? Like
Yeah, so these details I will clarify it in tomorrow's session, guys. Okay, tomorrow I am going to cover how we can subscribe for Azure free trial. Okay, Azure free trial. How to subscribe for Azure free trial, and we will go through that Azure portal. What are the features are provided by Microsoft that we will see in next session.
The link for tomorrow's session is same as today's.
Same timings, yes. Try to register it. Maybe institute people will be change the link. Sure. But be contact with DURGASOFT people. They will let you know about it. Okay. But tomorrow I am going to cover how to subscribe for Azure free trial, and we will go through that Azure portal. Okay. How we can set up the environment. What are the languages they are providing? That all we will see in next session.
And Sekhar, last big question. Can we perform the Azure DevOps in the same Azure portal itself, like, or we have a different portal? For
Yeah,
Azure?
two different URL with the same subscription, we can perform Azure DevOps as well. Azure DevOps URL is dev.azure.com. When I go for dev.azure.com, that is portal.azure.com. Other one is what? Portal.azure.com. Both are interrelated. Okay, no issues. Same
Sir,
subscription
I
will
have
be
one
used for
question.
both. Yeah.
Sir, actually, I have one concern about Azure certification point of view. Okay, so will you able to provide any dumps for administrator?
Yes. I will share latest dumps and certification papers. I will share it. Yeah. For every service, I will share the documentation, dumps, interview questions, and the class notes as well. I am going to type it something right here on Notepad. That
Yes.
also I will share with you. Okay.
Yeah. And one more thing, sir. Actually, first thing is okay. I can see in in a portal. Okay, in a official documentation. Okay, before going to appear for DevOps, Azure DevOps. Okay, so we have to clear one administrator or else developer associate paper, right? Then only
Yeah.
we got to qualified for DevOps.
So yeah, DevOps is common, guys, for everyone. Actually, you are the developer, you are eligible to go for DevOps. You are the administrator, you are eligible to go for go on to the Azure DevOps certification. Yeah.
Hi, Sekhar.
Simple.
Hello.
Remember.
What exactly?
Yeah, DevOps. If you hear this word in the world, that is automation. DevOps means development and operations together is called DevOps. Okay, you are the DevOps, I am the operation team, right? What you'll do, you develop the code, I will deploy it. Instead of two people, only one people. DevOps in the sense development and operations. How to automate everything and provide an environment for developers to write the code and maintain the source code, to maintain the version of the code for project. That all we will do it in DevOps itself. Okay, don't think about it. Many people confusion on that. DevOps in the sense this is the development paper. No, guys, there is a developer is different. DevOps is different. DevOps full form is development plus operations together is called DevOps.
Okay, Sekhar, just clarify to me. After completing this course, certification is a must. Then we should do the market.
Good question. Certification is not must. Okay, so certification like a gate pass. See, if you don't have the certification, you can be hired for Microsoft company also. Need not worry. So all you things required subject stuff. That's it.
Okay.
Okay.
That
And how we will get these videos tutorial these videos?
These videos and all you will receive by email or else Google Classroom. They will keep it all these videos in Google Classroom link. So you will be given the permission. You people can access from there. Yeah.
Okay. Fine.
So after the course, are we going to conduct, going to create some project on the basis of some Azure DevOps and some administrative?
Yeah, Azure DevOps totally projects, guys. I will cover it. Total project oriented.
Because practical based project is more important than that.
Yes, I will cover project based. That is real time only. Yeah.
So you're going to cover both AZ140 and AZ400 with this course?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
This infrastructure as a code is covered in detail, right?
Yes.
Because my intention is to join here is because of that only.
Yeah, correct.
And
so I'm going to write the Terraform code, PowerShell, how to automate it. That I'm going to cover. Yeah.
Okay. And for this 104 and 400, there is no prerequisite certifications. We can take them directly.
Minimums. Yeah, I said right, for real-time professional, nothing is required. They can easily understand it. Okay, for freshers who are new for these things, basic is system configuration, system management, that all. So no prerequisites are required. Anyone can learn this cloud computing.
Okay, means for certification, there is no prerequisite. I mean, for before doing this certification.
Not required. Yeah.
Okay.
So what is the benefit of certification?
Certification explain that you are stuff.
Okay.
It's like what is the benefit of degree certificate?
Yeah,
Right.
same thing. Yes.
Okay.
So if you have BTech certificate, you are allowed to enter into the IT industry, right? So after entering into the IT industry, you have that certificate means, oh, this guy know everything, is worthable. That explain, that's it. I said, right, without certification, also you can get the job in Microsoft as well. So they won't allow, they won't ask, yeah, do you have certification or not? The entire thing based on stuff. That's it. If you have certification, will be stuff. That's it.
Hello, sir. Hello.
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 Yes, go ahead.
So, but the degree certificate is valid for a lifetime, but the Azure certification is just valid for a year.
Yeah. So they mention time, like they are mentioning 2 years, guys, nowadays. For Azure certification, valid for 2 years. So you can later renew it. And if they change the certification paper, again, you should have to write the exam. Okay.
Shekhar, will we be able to complete in 2 months?
Yeah, we will cover it.
Because we see that the syllabus is very long, so I don't think so. We will be able to. We might be missing out something from that.
Yeah, 1 month Azure, 1 month DevOps, guys. It is okay, no issues. If it go beyond, yes, let it be. That's it.
No, only thing is that in a crash course, right? So we shouldn't miss anything.
Yeah, that's what I said, right? So every day, open that syllabus paper, whatever the topics are covered, just highlight with some different color, right? So then you will be remember everything, no issues.
Okay.
Shekhar, will you be able to cover Jenkins integration with Azure DevOps?
Yeah, I am going to cover. Good question, guys. No one asked this question. So how to integrate Azure DevOps with the AKS, how to process the CI/CD pipeline through AKS, I will let you know. I will show you.
Sir, Azure DevOps is only for code deployment, automate.
Yes, only code deployment automation. Guys. Okay.
Sekhar, Srikanth here. I'm into Linux administrator. Will it be useful for me or I need to go for AWS?
Linux admin. See, Linux is common for every cloud, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So wherever you go, Linux, what is that? Virtual machines are there. Okay. So but it is better to go for Azure only. Yeah.
Yeah, but here the DevOps part it comes to will it be in Windows or it is in Linux OS?
DevOps part, it is, I said, right, SaaS, software as a service, total browser based. You are not going to install any components on your device. Everything it is in the browser, so you have to do the configuration.
Yeah, thank you, Sekhar.
Yeah. So Linux is everything, guys. Whether you go for Windows, whether you go for Azure, AWS, Google, and all, quite common. Windows and Linux servers are quite common. Okay, so if you consider one project, there is no rule that all the servers to be deployed on Windows. There is no rule that all the servers to be deployed in Linux. Few of the servers would be Windows, some other servers would be what in Linux. We cannot predict it, what client may expect it. That's what, if you get any issues in Linux, you can raise the Microsoft case if you are using Azure. Got it?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so mainly Linux related are Red Hat 8.6 is popular. SUSE, yeah, and Oracle Linux. These three are licensed, remaining are open source. Maximum in the market, people are using Red Hat. Other one is SUSE. Right, guys? Whoever asked this question.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
For
Thanks
our
for
course, actually, sorry, sir. For our course, student subscription, if we take, so will it cover everything or?
Yeah, student subscription. You are from USA?
No.
Student subscription, you will get it from university people, guys. And if your university or college tie up with Microsoft, you will get student subscription, or else you can't. Okay, student subscription is for 1 year. Just check with your college principal and all whether they will provide student subscription for Azure or not. So I know top colleges in Bangalore, they are providing student subscription, but all universities in USA, they are providing student subscription. But India small colleges and all, I don't think so. Just anyhow verify with your college people.
Okay. Yeah. So if we have that subscription, then
Yes,
our
happy.
services.
Yeah, all services can be used for 1 year. That is the golden opportunity.
Okay.
Sekhar.
Yeah.
In case you are saying that this subscription, free tier subscription for 30 days, no? Maybe it's not sufficient to complete this course, I think.
Yeah, it won't.
So as you said, we need to go with other
subscription.
registration.
Yes.
Registration. In case if you wanted to go with a paid subscription, how much it will be approximately for practicing all these things?
Yeah, here charges are applicable for hourly basis. Okay. So for example, you have created one virtual machine. Okay, you have created one VM. You have used it for 2 hours.
Okay.
For our cost is 10 rupees. 2 hours cost is 20 rupees. Okay, that 20 rupees would be billing. After 2 hours you have deleted, you have to pay 20 rupees.
Okay.
Okay, there is a SQL server. You have used it for SQL server for 1 day, 24 hours. So you have to pay 240 rupees. So depends on how many hours you are using the services, depends on the cost. At the end of the month, you will get invoice.
Okay, it will be approximately around
more than 10K, you can say.
Achha. Yeah. Okay. Thank
Sekhar,
you.
one more
By
doubt
chance,
I have.
One request, Sekhar.
Yeah.
So all the topics here interrelated like AWS concepts actually. So whenever you are teaching, no, so you just try to differentiate with the AWS also. It will get more sense to understand actually.
Yeah, sure. See guys, comparison I can say AWS and Azure is like a BMW car, Ferrari car. Okay. So both the cars, just I'm telling, both the cars have 4 tires, one wheel, okay, and the same gears. So they have their isolated features apart from that. So the services will be same in both the cases, but the service and the functionality and cost features is more in Azure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
why? Because I said right, 50% of products belongs to Microsoft only. So they have their and they can provide cheaper and a good service. And also I said right, around 140 countries Microsoft has their own data centers. AWS doesn't have those many, only 18 regions they have. So 18 regions maintenance and all, it is very hard.
Yeah.
So many customers, they migrated into from AWS to Azure. Trust me.
Yeah. No, actually, what I'm trying to tell you is, say, for suppose if you are telling like a code pipeline, no? In AWS for building code build is there.
Okay.
Whenever you are covering that same concept in the Azure, you just mention that hey, it is equivalent to.
Okay, sure. That anyhow will differentiate it.
Like that.
Okay,
so that we'll be having an idea like that. Okay, thank you, Sekhar. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, any more questions?
One question have will be covering like how to integrate app service with DevOps and
Yes.
and deploying some app, and how to integrate a database with that app and all. So we'll be covering that.
Yes, already we included that in syllabus, right? App services, database, how app service will talk to database, that all already included. Okay. Yeah. Okay, guys, thanks for your time. So be registered for this course, and if you have any questions, check with DURGASOFT people. So maybe they will change the ID tomorrow. So anyhow, just check with them if you have any questions related to this course. Okay. Technical thing, you can ask me you can interrupt me anything. Okay.
One more question I had.
Yeah.
This, I mean, a serverless code integration is covered as a part.
Yeah, that is the app services. Serverless is app services. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Sekhar, just the syllabus that you mentioned, showed, so will it be shared in the chat, or
what is that?
the course content, will it be shared in the chat, or we need to
Yeah, it's already it's already DURGASOFT Institute site is there, right? There already it is there, or else I will share with you. I will keep it upload in OneDrive, so I will share the OneDrive link with you. Yeah. Okay, thank you everyone. Thanks for your time. Have a great day. Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye.